There's a lot of great things going on this weekend, but certainly nothing greater for me right now than to be here with the man who is action film, Sylvester Stallone, along with our own Jesse the Body Ventura. First of all, Sly, thanks for being with us.
Oh, my pleasure, my pleasure.
Talk about a great year coming up, 1993. You got 2 films coming out.
Right.
Let's start out first with Cliffhanger. Tell us about it.
Well, Cliffhanger takes place in the Rockies. I'm a better than average climber, and then a tragedy befalls him, and he goes away for a year. When he comes back, he tries to regain his life, and at that time, John Lithgow and a plane load of bad guys crash into the mountains with millions of dollars, and the action begins. And it's pretty extraordinary.
I understand that you did a lot of your filming at altitudes 13,000 feet. Tell me about that.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, what happens up there is the air gets very thin, and it becomes extremely dangerous, and like within a 30-second interval, all of a sudden static storms hit. There's avalanches, there's these terrible cloud covers that cause frostbite instantly. So we probably went about 60 days over schedule just because of the elements. So it's like doing a National Geographic film with action, you know.
I heard it said once that there's action films and then there's Stallone action films.
Oh, thank you.
What,
thank you very much.
What made you want to do Cliffhanger?
Because it had never been done before. It was a film that really pushes people physically to the limit, and I don't think the audience has ever seen anything like it. I mean, it's one thing to do action films. We've seen car chases, we've seen people jump through windows and off of buildings, but no one's ever seen anything of that altitude. And it's a throwback to what I did with First Blood, where I bring in the elements, which is probably the greatest actor in the world, nature.
Let's talk about the physical conditioning. Jesse,
wait, I want to ask Sly, how come I wasn't in Cliffhanger?
Well, I'm sorry that you bring this up, but I was saving the best for last. Actually, we couldn't afford Jesse. You know, he is high-priced, high-powered talent. I mean, let's face it, Jesse. You come along one in a zillion years, thank God. But
let's talk about the physical challenge of Cliffhanger for just a moment. And
yeah.
When you're attracted to a film, it seems like the physical challenge might be part of what attracts it.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you, yes, it is. If it's something that I know that I can physically do that I'm afraid of. See, I like to do things that I'm afraid of because that way I think it brings out the best in you and it causes you to constantly stay in shape and pushes you to the limit. If I know I can walk through it, then, and I've done films like that, it's not very rewarding, and usually I end up hating myself for doing it. So Cliffhanger, I'm afraid of heights. I don't like cold weather. Not many people do, and it's something that you could possibly die in. Matter of fact, a couple of guys, there's so many people went to the hospital. We actually had our own wing after a while, the Cliffhanger wing.
Now that you've got Jesse the Body Ventura, he's on set. Let's talk about Demolition Man. We're going from the Rockies now to Los Angeles in 2032. Tell us about that.
Well, I think my part of the movie is in the beginning I go from 1995 and then I'm frozen for a crime that I'm framed for, and then Wesley Snipes is my nemesis. He's also frozen and he's let loose in the future. And the future is a passive, quiet, perfect, tranquil, sterile place. But there's an underworld of people that want to be free thinkers, that don't want to live by these fascist type of rules. And I go into the underworld, and lo and behold, I see all these extraordinary creatures. Then at the very end, Wesley turns loose the most menacing, the most maniacal, traveling carnival of horrors, and the leader, no doubt about it, is his truly. So,
King Cryocon.
Yeah.
Jesse, talk about working with Sly.
Well, I'll tell you what, Eric. I've been waiting. When I stepped on this set,
and he did step on it.
Sly and I saw each other. I said, I've been waiting 10 years for the Italian Stallion. 10 years.
10 years. Now you know he's hungry.
And no, it's a big thrill for me. I couldn't be happier. Demolition Man is going to be a great action film, and Sly's great to work with because he's the kind of guy you can get physical with.
And he does.
You can toss him around a little bit, and he's rugged, and he's not the kind of guy that's going to go crying when it's over. He like you said, he enjoys the physical challenge, and so do I. And so it's going to be when we go head to head.
We have a great scene.
All right, now I want to ask you.
And we go head to head, believe me.
Demolition Man comes out October 8th.
Yeah.
Okay, we're looking forward to that, certainly. And we know that Cliffhanger is coming out on May 28th. That's in 6
Right.
days. Anything you can tell us about this final scene between Jesse the Body Ventura and the man Sly Stallone?
No, I'm not telling a word. If they want to see the 10-year showdown between the Italian Stallion and me, you got to pay for it. It's that simple.
But I'll give you a cut rate price. You know?
And Jesse, of course, you're going to be busy this weekend with Slamboree 93.
Slamboree pay-per-view, and I know Sylvester's told me, big wrestling fan, he ain't going to miss it.
Hey, I did a movie on wrestling. I did Paradise Island. First movie I ever directed is about wrestling, so I am a great fan.
Well, we got legends coming in.
You really?
Wrestlers from Lou Thez to the Crusher to Vern Gagne, you name them. They're all going to be there for a big banquet in Atlanta. The legends and Sly. I got to say to you, you and I have something great in common, and that is golf.
Yes, this is true.
We love golf.
We love golf.
We're going to go head-to-head on golf, but I got a present for you, Sly, because I know you need it. I know you have your own golf pro.
Yeah.
He's a strange character. He's the first golf pro I've seen that wears an earring.
Well, he has side hobbies that we don't discuss.
So, Sly, I'm going to give you your WCW golf hat.
You know what? I will wear this with pride, no doubt about it. All right. Playing through.
There you go. Sylvester Stallone, look for Cliffhanger May 28th. Of course, Demolition Man, along with Jesse the Body Ventura on October 8th. Sly, thanks again.
Hey, my pleasure, my pleasure. And Jesse, thanks for wearing your own clothes. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. Thank you.